Karen, Erica, love cars.
You really do.
I do.
Yes.
And part of it is because they make me feel really good if they're right. And part of it is because I almost think that they're kind of an outward expression of who I am.
They're sort of an extension of your wardrobe.
And they're kind of an extension of my wardrobe. I wear my car like I wear my clothes.
Exactly. Very good.
Right? And so the mystery to me continues to be why marketers or car manufacturers or whoever does advertising for automobile makers doesn't acknowledge that we have the money, we make the decisions, and we actually buy a lot of cars. So there I am. I have a red sports car, right? I drive it a lot. When I'm at a stop sign, some old guy would crossing the street in front of me and they would double take and then go like this. And then the young guy comes by and does a double take. It's like this, peace sign. I mean, it gets noticed. So you would think that if it gets noticed on the street, that it's dissonance that is for them, right? Older person's red sports car that they think is fun, that somebody in the manufacturing world would notice that too, no?
Well, they all know the data, which show that we buy most of the cars.
Right.
So it is curious that they wouldn't think maybe they should speak to us about buying cars in a way other than to suggest that if we don't have husbands standing next to us, or possibly parents, fathers, that we can't even understand what the topic is. So it is rather odd.
It's very odd. And what's funny about it, I mean, I think most people do what we do, right? You go through the fundamentals. How much do I want to pay? How many seats do I need? What kind of car? Do I want a SUV? Do I want a sports car? What do I want? And then you decide the fun stuff, right? How does the car make me feel? And women are really good at that. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like bleh, right? So it's such an interesting phenomenon.
Well, you remember what we were all told, you and I were told, when we inquired about this with somebody who actually knows marketing.
I do remember.
Yes, and that was that once you're over about 60, you're buying your last car. And we were like, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, you're going to be dead soon. And we said, that's contrary to the data, which suggests we're going to live, first of all, much longer than you, mister, but also 30 more years. We're not going to have one car for 30 years. So what's that?
Well, I mean, did you see Christopher Walken did the BMW ads that showed during the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I thought that was progress. I mean, an older guy that'll have maybe another car and another car, right? I mean, it should have been an older woman, but an old man will do. Yeah, and that was a good ad. So maybe there's a trend coming.
Maybe there is a trend.
Maybe we should all write when we go into car dealerships, we should say, so I'd buy your car, but you don't seem to know that I exist. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with this.
Yes, well, I don't buy cars, but I do remember when I was 16 years old, our family car needed to be replaced, and my father went off to buy a car, and I said, would you please get a red Mustang with a white racing stripe and bring it on back, a convertible. And my father was a very conservative man, so the likelihood of that happening was zero. And he came back with a red convertible Mustang with a white racing stripe, and I just about fainted. 1968 Mustang.
That's a big one.
That was
my 68 Pontiac.
That was my last car involvement.
Now, did he do that to make him feel good? You feel good or both?
Make me feel good.
Just you.
Yes.
Just you. That's kind of a cool story.
Yes.
I like that.